Hello, welcome to a Sunday night. My name is Chris Farah. Welcome to my YouTube channel where tonight we'll be discussing 90 Day Fiancé. It's Happily Ever After, Season 6, Episode 5 with one of my best friends in the whole world. That's Wah right there. Just call her Wah, everyone. Hi, Wah. Say hi.
Hi guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, you guys. We are giving you Sunday evening amazingness commentary. Give us a thumbs up. Let the people find us.
And yeah, I'm so happy you guys are here. Hello, people are coming in the room. People are like in it to win it. People are like Sunday hi. I'm so happy to see all my babes and my princesses and my mods. I mean, come on. Welcome and welcome. It's us. It's here. My hair looks whatever, but I feel like Waz looks great. She's rocking it. I always feel like, what is this mess? I don't know. I'm trying, you guys. Okay, so what an episode. I really like this episode. Wow, what did you think?
I thought it was a good episode. I felt like it was, at first I thought that Natalie and Mike were going to let us down, and then they didn't. So thank you, Natalie.
Yeah, I think that, I'm going to bring this over a little bit. I think that.
What do you think?
Mike truly did Natalie such a disservice by bringing her and him to his mother's house. It's so uncomfortable for her, and I'm going to be on Natalie's side the entire time. It's like, I said this before, the minute he said that he was going to go there, I was like, oh, he was trying to divorce her, and he just wants a reason. And now to watch him just be infantilicized by his mom, I mean, he is just in the sense that mommy and everything, he's just, honey, it's not a good look. I mean, Mike this season is just an embryo, we thought he was this little scaredy mouse and awkward guy last season, honey. This one, he's just mommy's teat sucker, I mean, truly. I'm not into, I feel bad for Natalie. We get Return of Natalie's serum face, which I love that serum face, it's my favorite Natalie look. And we get not a lot of Natalie looks, and there are all horrible, except for when she doesn't do anything. Or basic, the most basic, right, Wah?
Yeah, I mean, Natalie, listen, she starts off the segment being a morning I need my coffee asshole. And we're just like, okay.
I'm that though, come on.
Yeah, but I would like to see how you are after 3 years of filming. So you already obviously know what the narrative is about you. And just he's trying to be peppy and excited. And instead of her just not speaking, she just chooses to open her mouth and just vomit out pseudo mean things, And I guess she doesn't want to go. And I get that he's trying to make a shitty situation better by putting her in an even shittier situation. But sometimes I'm just like, okay, Natalie, you didn't have to say that. Nobody was being mean to you at that point. You have to wait for them to be mean to you first before you're mean.
God, I just think that she knew intrinsically that she knows that Trish hates her guts. Trish tried to have someone stand up at her wedding and, you know what I'm saying, and also tried to have her son just not marry her in the first place. And now she's in this woman's home. I mean, truly, I just can't even believe that Natalie agreed to this. The minute he was like, we're going to go to Trish's, I was like, no, what are you talking about? We are absolutely not traveling in COVID to your mother's house. No, no. If we have any money in this world, we're going to use it for something that I'm going to enjoy. My name is Natalie. It's not going to be go visit Oklahoma with your mom.
Well, they should not have gotten married. That is the beginning and the end of it. Because at this point, she has no other choice but to try to make it work with Trish. And getting to the airport and making a dumb comment nice shirt, it's beautiful.
I love it. Wait, let's get into it. So you thought that was
that shirt is not nice. And Trish knows it's not nice. Trish knows that Natalie just didn't know what to say. And so was the first thing I'm going to say is compliment your outfit, because I guess that's what you say when you want to make a girl feel good. Yes. But then you tell her about her basic ass shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she did. Well, then this is what Natalie said. I like your shirt, which no, she doesn't. And then Mike's mom goes, what do you like about it? Now that's a fucking bitchy thing to do because you're right, bitch. Your ugly ass shirt's ugly as fuck and disgusting. Okay. But this woman did a warmth of being, I like your shirt. And then Natalie being put in the corner has to lash out and be like, it's beautiful. You know, whatever. It's not beautiful, you know, like, and we all have to just swallow it in that red, just like flannel, like Trish, like just standing there. This was the most depressing. I'm not even looking at my notes yet. Like I have notes, but like Trish standing there with those Mylar balloons, honey, just like in an empty terminal with them like bangs and that hair, you know, like with her unhappy birthday Mylar balloon helium. I'm just like, this is depressing. And here's the thing. It's like we gave a lot of Natalie shit. At the same time, if you were to tell me who's more logical about how I would want to live my life, I'm not a big Natalie. I don't want to be a vegetarian, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want those bangs. And it's an ugly shirt. And Trish can say, Natalie, you look nice. Natalie, how fresh your skin looks, which we all know is true. But Trish is not going to give Natalie a compliment because Trish is a goddamn bitch. I am sorry. That's how I feel. And she's ugly.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Let me just say that Trish has only one child, and that one child is a 6'8" Mike.
Yeah,
heavy the entire time into that mic. Every time Mike is, I can hear him breathing heavy. Okay, so she meets her Bigfoot son at the airport, which also Trish is big too. I'm now starting to realize because I saw her standing next to Natalie. I mean tall when I say big, and Trish is like having to hear every complaint that Mike has had about Natalie.
Yeah.
That there is no other way that Trish can be. If I had only one child and that one child called me or I spoke to daily on their 3-hour drive into work and they told me about some of the things that their bitchy ass Ukrainian girlfriend who thinks that they are better than you don't think that Trish knows that Natalie thinks that they're low class and that she has a higher IQ? How is Trish supposed to behave? She's doing the best that she can. The fact is that she owned up to wanting their wedding to not be a thing. And also everyone is just talking about how it was so inappropriate for Trish to do that. I'm sorry, if it was inappropriate, why don't we just take it out of the wedding vows? Why don't we take it out of that part? Because to me, I'm like, isn't that when you're supposed to say? I object to this. Isn't that when you're supposed to do it? They ask you that question. So
you're supposed to do it before the wedding. No, this is what you do. Send a telegram, how you send an email, send a text, be like, we gotta talk before Sunday. Okay, before Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You just like, that is what you do. You don't just be like, well, I'm gonna get dressed up for this day. Okay, I'll drive to the wedding. Okay, I'll make sure that bride gets dressed. Okay, I'll make sure that bride gets her dad to walk her down the aisle to this very moment. And when, and oh yeah, no, you shouldn't get married. You know, like, is that it? It's a horrible tradition. I'm not gonna have it. I'm cutting it out, by the way. I'm not gonna give a bitch a fucking chance. If I get married, you better know I am snipping that out. I'm not gonna be like, and I'm not gonna have a choice. I'm gonna be like, if you aren't for this wedding, you're not invited to get the ass out of the church. I'm getting married in church. Anyway, sorry, Juan. Go on.
No, I agree with you. I think you're right. Yeah. So I think that, you know, Trish in that moment probably didn't understand what Natalie was trying to do. And so she was like, what's so great about it? And then Natalie had to double down on that dumb comment. And then Natalie does a thing that, again, I'm like, Natalie, who are you doing this for? When she sits her ass on that damn suitcase.
Yes. Goes for a little ride. I'm cute. I'm a little fairy. Little curly-haired fairy. Hee-hee-hee-hee-hoops.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just reading some of these comments are really, really great. You guys are just...
I'll go on. You read through the comments, put up what you want. And so then they get to the house and Natalie, listen, here's the deal. I think it's so funny when the foreigners go into a cluttered collectible house and pretend like there's not people like that from where they're from whose houses look like that. Because when I think of a lot of foreign homes, I think of it having a lot of knick-knack and shibbity boobs around the place. Because you know why? Because my father wants to have knickknacks and shibbity boobs about the place, and so does all of his siblings. I walk into my aunt's house, there's literally the walls covered with all manner of things, pictures, clocks, mirrors, sayings. I'm like, why does every single wall need to be covered with knickknack and shelves with like little things on it? So like she's like, I like a more classic and a sophisticated da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, bitch, shots fired again. And then she's like, why piggy? And Trish is like, well, it could have been chickens. It could have been cows. I chose piggy, which is a very American thing because my mother like tries to have a thing with roosters. Like I've noticed throughout my life, like there'll be like a rooster figurine in the kitchen. And I'm like, then it goes away. And then then another one comes. And I'm just like, why? What is happening? But it's a thing in America, there are people who have themes. Like, you have those friends who like love dolphins and like
butterflies. I feel like butterflies is a thing. Like owls is a thing for some people. Mm-hmm. Like maybe people love an owl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's always an animal that someone likes and has a lot of. I don't have that. I have a material and it's called gold. So like that is the only accessory that I will have in the house. Yes, I know, right? Just like
yeah.
So yeah, so it's interesting that she's like acting like she doesn't know, and then I mean, I can't. My favorite part of this set, I want you to talk because I have a favorite part of this segment, and when you get to it, I can't wait. Go.
Okay, so I mean, she just walks she walks through obviously this house, and it's like as Wa said, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a like Ariel a bone, honey. It's like, I mean, it is like I got gadgets and gizmos. It is like pigs everywhere. It's like piggy menagerie, honey, at one point. And I mean, Natalie with her eyes empty, they get even bigger, just like, oh my God, this is what you came from this. I mean, this is what it is. And she has to just swallow, just to swallow Trisha's bangs, just to swallow, Trisha's flannel shirt, just to swallow all the pigs, in this house or whatever this is. I would not want this. However, let me just say this. All of this would be palatable if Trish was warm and nice, but she's not. Also, like, think of Natalie stuck in this country in coronavirus, now in this woman's house who fucking hates her. And this is where she lives. And she's getting a lot of cold and a lot of bangs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all she gets. She's always cold anyway. So wait, I want to make sure I don't. Okay. So I would say that, obviously, Trish then like gives them their place to stay, like, this is where you're going. Okay. Am I missing a part? Can we just go ahead and say it, my babe?
Okay. Trish produces 100 candle birthday cake. And sit down at a table that should be outside. But okay. They sit down at a wrought iron table and eating cake, which Natalie doesn't eat, right? Because she doesn't support any refined sugar or anything like that. She doesn't want that. Trish says, well, have you thought about interpreting? And to me, I don't know what happened prior to. I don't know if this is a conversation that has been had over and over again, and we as an audience are not aware of it. But Natalie comes out hot. She says, I wrote it down, and this is not a quote, but this is an approximation of what she says. I thought about it, but I don't want to do what I don't want to do. I only have one life, and I want to live the life how I want to live it. So no.
Are you happy? Yeah.
I'm a journalist and a model and an actress, and I can't do that in Squim. But my thing is like, yeah, I get you need to be happy, but just answer the question. Yeah, I did think about it, and really it isn't for me. And I don't know how often this conversation has been had, but Trish is taken aback, and she's like, okay. And we're all like, okay.
I feel in my bones, that what had happened was this was a conversation that's happened many times between the three of them, but not all three together. Where she and Mike have talked about it. Then later on, Mike came back with the interpreter thing, and she's like, Mike is not that smart. Oh, she must have got. And then he slipped up when he was drinking one night. Was like, well, my mom might have said. And then she's like, oh my God, it's fucking Trish. So then she knew that Trish was planting these seeds. And of course, this is all about whether they stay in Squim. Like, this conversation is Trish being like, well, you can stay in Squim. If you interpret, you can get that kind of job. And Natalie being like, no, I'm so sorry. You didn't understand what I said. I didn't want to say it was Squim. I didn't want to stay in Squim. So I'm not going to stay in Squim. and I'm going to get out of Squim and do what I want to do. I'm not going to try and like do what you want to do and say in Squim by doing something I also don't want to do, which is interpret. Cool. You know what I want you to do? Stop collecting goddamn pigs and cut your hair. But I mean, I'm not, neither here nor there. Here's a serum. My name is Natalie. I mean, I feel like, I guess I'm on Natalie's side in this situation, but at the same time, going back to everything, this would have been a conversation that she would have had with Mike, right? Before she even came over, of like what she wants and her life goals and where they're going to live and stuff like that. Like, aren't these just like the things you have? How many, do you want kids? Oh, okay. How many kids do you want? Okay. How do you envision your life? Where do you want to live? What's important to you? What are your values? How do you feel about whatever, investing or spending money, or, you should know a whole of the things. How do you want to raise your kids religion wise? Now they are just across the board, either antagonistic in the ways that they want to live, or it looks like they haven't even talked about it. Maybe just like the times they talked about the first things were so bad and awkward, and in the sense of how awkward and off they were from each other, they never even like continued, and they just got married. I mean, he really wanted someone in that cold cabin. Anyway, wow.
Yeah, I just think that they either have a huge miscommunication on what was going to go down. Perhaps when they were in Paris, he made comments about like, yeah, we could do whatever you want, because he was really happy about her. Because honestly, like, Natalie is, I mean, listen, she didn't have to say it to him, but Natalie is hot for him, especially with their earlier promos. Not only is he skinny, but she is thinner too and looks like this young, fun, fresh, curly hair. She doesn't even have her hair curled. It is straightened and then with a little curl in it. She just looks different. Their whole vibe is different when in their very first promos, when they're both wearing the white shirts with the jeans. Like, it's different. And when we meet her in Ukraine and he goes there to visit her and they are having such a hard time, we're like, wow, she is a bitch. But whatever happened, their conversation in Paris was different. And as it moved on, he began to realize, especially when he's keeping the secrets about him being $35,000 in debt, that he wasn't going to be able to give her the things that she wanted. And so then this is what I think, and I think this is what a lot of people do, is that they bait, right? And they're like, yeah, we could do that. We could do that. And then when things get closer to it, they're like, well, if you loved me, actually, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. But you said you loved me. So it shouldn't matter that now all these things that I said that we might be able to do, we actually cannot do at all, ever. Nor do I ever want to do it. But, okay, like, you know what I mean? He could, after season 1, he couldn't even tell the girl that he loved her.
Yes.
And it was the same way with her. She couldn't say that she loved him either. And so it was just kind of like, they both were excited in the beginning and said things. And I think it was from him saying things when he couldn't deliver them, and then wanted to fall back on, well, do you love me or not? It's like, well, I do love you, but part of my allure was all these cool things that I thought I was going to be able to do when I got to the States. And that's not at all what it was. And again, I'm on Trisha's side because there's no other side that's no other behavior she can have. Could you imagine? Like, the only thing that would solve this is if Mike did not talk to her about their relationship at all. And because he's an only child, Trish is not married or doesn't seem to be married or in a relationship with anybody, this is who she talks to. If you got on the phone every morning, Chris, and spoke to your dad every single morning,
I do.
3-hour drive, do you think that you'd be able to withhold information about somebody you were dating and in love with?
I'll tell you honestly, because my dad is so opinionated. If I wanted him to like this person, then yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think so too, right? Because I'm a forward-thinking individual, but I don't necessarily think that Mike is a forward-thinking individual.
Yes, I think that he's very immature. I think that so I'm pro Natalie in this situation. And so I'm not saying that Natalie is this, but to him, it feels like he procured a pet, honey, that he did not know how to take care of. But he thought the pet was going to be fun or interesting. And then at the end of the day, he just tries to get his mom to take care of the pet.
It's me and Charlie and my dad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not purposely trying to get him to take care of her. The thing is, though, it's just that I'm just like, I'm not going to go outside and play with you.
Yeah, well, then that's bad.
I know. I know. I'm gonna bring her in and wash her, and then it'll be fine.
Where is she right now looking at you?
No,
Right.
I'm upstairs in the upper like right hand corner of the house. Like she can't see me. But as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go and get her and wash her, and then like blow dry her and let her run around. It's gonna be fine.
Are you gonna snuggle with her all night long? Okay.
Good, I can clean her. But go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I mean I feel so bad for Natalie. I mean, pretty much at the end of this, he's just like, what do you think of my mom's house? And she's like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to lie to you? I don't get it. I'm your wife, and is it that you are setting me up right now? That's what it's like. It feels like a setup. Like it's as beautiful as her shirt. You fucking, like, what do you want this woman to say?
I mean, you're right. I guess I just those kind of homes don't make me uncomfortable. So I'd have just been like literally looking at everything. Like I literally would have showered, put on my house slippers, and just been in the kitchen. Like, no, that one has sparkles on it. Like now Natalie knows what to get Trish. Every holiday, she knows what to get her. Every single Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday, which is coming up.
Obviously, we know she's not getting anything, or she's not getting anything for Trish. I just want to say thank you so much for this super chat. Our first super chat of the night. It's my girl Marie, but she has Fee 1215 as her name. I never had to know how to say it. That's why I'm always like awkward, like hi. Marie. I love you guys. Thank you so much for that super chat. That's very, very sweet, and we certainly appreciate it. And yeah, God bless you. God bless you on a Sunday. The Lord provideth. I also like your lip gloss wall. I feel like you really like matched it well. Like your lips, the inner part of your lips look the exact color of your light pink jumpsuit. It really
gloss. Yeah, it's just like I don't even know what it is anymore. I think it's ColourPop. I got it from Sephora. Like, when something is like when you first walk in. No, not Sephora, Ulta. You first walk in and it's like a display. I just like. Sometimes I don't even think. I'm just like.
You are
moving.
Yeah, keeping it moving. Like, don't even have to make a decision. Like, how nice it is. Like, Oh, there's Angela. You're putting your Angelas. Okay, let's move on. Should we move on to Angela? Speak of the devil. Okay.
Speak of La Diabla.
Did you have anything else to say? So just before we end on Mike and Natalie, basically also next week we're privy to a scene where they walk into a butchery for some reason, and Natalie's like, "What is this, Mike?" And he's like, "Whatever, like butchery," and then she's just like, "Ah!" and she like runs out. However, first of all, I love that. Anything is, I can't wait to see it. Also, see, of course she doesn't want to be in a butchery. Why don't you understand? Like, I would understand that a vegetarian does not want to be in a meat market. Why would you bring her? Like, I don't understand. This is
sensitive. She's sensitive. She's seen butcher shops. They have butcher shops in Europe. Shut up. Like, so you don't go into grocery stores, bitch? Like, you only go into vegetable gardens? Shut up, Natalie. Shut up.
Oh, the vegetable garden.
Oh, wait. Mika says home means mom, and mom means love. And Natalie means bitch from Ukraine who needs to go back.
I just like the idea that she's always just like in community gardens, like carrots for Natalie, for Natalie.
I just eat carrot.
She's a little Peter Rabbit, honey. She gets in trouble like trying to like steal carrots from like the gardeners, and like when they come out, like Natalie, not again, and she's like, she like runs away, and then her mom's like, no, Natalie, don't always go into the garden to steal the carrots. And then like, what's the story of Peter Rabbit? It's basically the same story.
It is the exact same.
Mm-hmm. And Natalie's mom's in it, as I've already said, which is great because that woman should be in every story. When the fact that she's not, it hasn't been in the past basically 2 seasons, even though we get like some pictures of her, or I'm sorry, some video chats of her. Like, would you not want to see Trish against Natalie's mom? Because you almost can't be mean to Natalie's mom. You can, I guess, be mean to Natalie. Trish is doing a good job, but like
Natalie's mom is not mean. Like Natalie's mean, and so is Trish. They're the same mean energy, which is why. He's like, my mom's a tough cookie. He says my mom's a tough cookie over and over again.
Yeah, we're like, we don't need to know that. We can see that. We have eyes.
We can tell. She wields a hammer.
You just want to go from like one very strong mother to like one very strong mother with just like, a better face, better hair, better style. Okay. We're going to move on to Angela, my babes. So, Angela, honey, book ended this episode. Like, she was like, I thought they weren't going to go back to her until they finally did. But we start with Angela groggily waking up. And, we had started with Angela, can you open your eyes for me? Angela, can you open your eyes for me? Like, as we're supposed to be like, does she open her eyes? Yes, we've seen her now like half her size, sitting in a blue shirt, like talking or whatever. And JoJo has to be like, oh no, what do? I have to call her whole family, including Scotty, the one that the rapist, and call and tell her mom died. I don't want to talk to Scotty. And I don't blame you, JoJo. I don't want that life. JoJo's so crazy. JoJo/sissy or whatever. So just so you know, this is how we started this. And I'm going to give it back to Wall. I was driving home from my cousin's shower, and like, from Westlake Village. And so a little bit of a drive down to Orange County. And I was running late. And so at 5, I was already talking to Wa, ha ha ha. And then she turned on her TV so I could hear it. And then she just started describing to me what happened. So I actually didn't see this part. I just sort of heard it. So, but since Wa saw with her own 2 eyes, honey, 2 eyes is what I just said. Because she has cartoon eyes. They're so big. The little anime eyes. Look at that. That's great. See? Tell me about how Angela starts.
Okay, so the scene opens up and we see palm trees, and immediately I'm like, hey, that's LA. I know it. That's me. That's my city. So we see palm trees, and then it's like, okay, we see a street, we see somebody riding a bike, and we're like, oh my God, is this West Hollywood? And yes, it was. It was Beverly Hills, West Hollywood area. And we have Angela, and they're like, Angela, open your eyes. Angela, open your eyes. And they're saying that because she acted a fool going to sleep, that come waking up, she's acting a fool as well. And so finally she wakes up and she's like, y'all are being too goddamn tired with me. Like, basically, like, they're being too rough with her.
Yeah, like they're
words, and she's like, it hurts, and man, I don't know if I can do this. And then we have Sissy, JoJo. I imagine that JoJo is a Latina woman who is trying desperately to hide the fact that she's Latina. This woman is a bottled blonde, and she also has some like contacts that aren't exactly blue, but they make her eyes look not brown. That's all I'm going to say about JoJo. She's a conundrum for me. Anyways, so JoJo's there and waiting for her to get out of surgery. She finally does wake up, tells them that they're being too rough with her. Then Sissy takes her back to first of all, they got to put her clothes on. Then they got to sit her in the walker, the thing that they said people who can't walk in. Then they wheel her out to the Uber. They get into the Uber, and the whole time JoJo's being so great. She's being a great sissy. She's saying, you know what, Angela, everything's going to be okay. Do you want me to call Michael? Angela's like, no. And they're like, we're almost there. Angela ends up falling asleep several times from the time she actually woke up to the time she gets back to the hotel room. They tell Sissy that Angela can only have clear liquids and that she needs to do some walking around so that there's no blood clots, and that they'll see her the next day. So she's going to have her check up with them to see how the boobs are doing the following day.
Yeah. I love the one part that I loved was like JoJo just being like, well, I know it's going to be hard to get Angela to stay in line and not eat the things that she doesn't want to eat because she does whatever she wants to do and she's very hard-headed. But I'm just going to have to rationalize with her and tell her she can't have it. I'm like, good. Look, like Angela would do anything if you told her it wasn't healthy, honey. Like, boop, 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 boop. I honestly couldn't believe that she didn't ask for a cigarette immediately upon waking up from that surgery, truly. So then from what I pick up, she wakes up and she is in, now did she go to bed in the rainbow tie-dye? I mean, it was rainbow brightmare.
She has a black dress on when she leaves.
Okay, so yeah, she wakes up, it's rainbow brightmare. And this gets sad for me. So immediately, Angela, who obviously had the weight loss surgery, but that's not immediate results, that's just whatever happened. It's basically like nothing happened because it feels like you're just like, it feels weird in there, but like, you can't see it. But she also had the breast reduction. She wakes up and she's like, they took my tits. I mean, I felt so Yeah, she was like, they took my tits. And she loved that doctor so much. And she was like afraid of this or whatever. But like they were supposed to take this. Okay. This is what she said, that he told her that he told us he was going to take more, but he told her only a pound each. And we clocked that. But I never said anything because I think this guy really was like, haha, I know what's what because I'm a doctor. I know what's better. But this is Angela. And she's a stubborn person who's going to say what she wants. So anyway, God bless. So anyway, she's like, yeah, you said a pound each and he took 2, and like she does look flatter because she's also still big. So it's like a 2 thing. Yes, she looks flatter because she had huge boobs and then you took away those boobs and you haven't made anything else smaller, so like it looks drastically smaller. Now, of course, that's hard to deal with if it's you, but as like outside people looking like, well, you're going to get smaller and we should see. But I'm sure if you lived your life with those boobs, like I lived with my boobs, like I would be scared. As I said, had the same surgery as her and I didn't have the boob thing. And so I think that I would have been drastically more, I think I would have been, I would have had that moment of just like,
Yeah.
Because I think as a big woman, I think, and if you have big boobs, I think that there's something there to you that like, I don't know. There's a relationship between, like your boobs and your feeling of yourself because they become a part of your sexuality in some way,
Yeah, but I think I would feel some kind of way too, because it looks like she just went down to being flat chested. It didn't look like she had any hang time at all. And it's because he gave her a lift. And so I just think that like, yeah, it's really, really hard for her to take that in. And I felt bad for her too when she said, you know what, he told me that he was only going to take 1 pound and he ended up taking 2 pounds. But then at the end of the conversation, like after Michael got off the phone, so she goes to the doctor the next day, they take it off. She's like talking about how she didn't know they were going to take as much as they did. She looks like she's going to be unhappy, but Angela doesn't start railing. And that's the thing that I was just like, why isn't she hollering? Because that seems like that would be her natural, normal response to this. So something is up. Either she already knew it was going to be this way and she did know and she's just acting for the cameras. But then they call Michael and Michael speaks to the doctor. Michael sees her flat chest and is not okay with it. But it's also like whatever time in the morning it is in Nigeria, Angela has the audacity to say, Michael, why did it take you so long to answer the phone?
I had to put on the light, Angela.
Light, Angela. I had to find light. It's middle. Like, listen,
like,
she's such an asshole. How many times did they call him? I'm wondering. And also, like, was he asleep, Angela? Did you expect him? What did you expect?
It felt like he was definitely asleep. I love the fact that like he already been knowing that her surgery went well, and so later, like the priest, I almost said it's not. The doctor comes on and is like, Michael, the surgery went well, and Michael, it was probably like in a dream. Like, wait, I already knew the surgery went well, right? No shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, did I just like make up that whole other part? Is this the moment? Like, it's so crazy. I would have been like in a dream, but yeah. Then the doctor's like, look, see, and he like puts the phone towards like the top of her boobs and there's nothing there left. And he's just like, see, it's there. And Michael's like,
I don't see it. I don't see
it. No, I don't. Just like, yeah, I mean, and he doesn't. And I mean, God, I felt it was like really awkward. And in the confessional, like Angela tried to be like, I trust my doctor, but it's not what he told me. And like, I don't like it. But also, I do feel like I can breathe better, which was part of it.
Yes, that to me is the most, because he did the surgery for her health. And so at the end of the day, that's why he wasn't apologetic. Because it's not only is he like a plastic surgeon or whatever, but he also did it because she was having problems breathing because of her tetas.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look on her Instagram right now to see if her tetas look big.
Oh, in comparison? Yeah, that's I love you so much.
She's half of herself at this point.
Oh yeah.
She's less than half of herself, honestly. She's real thin right now.
She's probably, I mean, like, I'm surprised if she goes thinner than where she is now. She seems really thin. Mm-hmm. Like, she seems pretty skeletal in the sense of what we see a lot of left is Lucy McGoosey's, Skinsy Twinsies,
The only one I can find is her. She has her grandchildren. and the grandchild is in front of her. So this is like the best one that I can find.
Oh, I can do it. Look, you know what? I looked at. I think for some reason I'm a Facebook friends with her. I don't even know why, but she had one like in a little dancer costume. Like I don't even know, like something that like like I don't know, like a little ballet dancer. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, the leotard?
Yes.
So like Mama is.
First of all, she shared Scotty Deem on TikTok.
Oh.
Why is she sharing Scotty's TikTok? That's no bueno. Okay, sorry. That's I thought I saw. Was that? Yeah, it's not on her Instagram, like a little black number. Okay, my life. You know what? Oh, I know where it is. Vanity Fair. I'm like, where did I see this? They posted it. There it is. Thank you, Alana. Alana, if you are here, this is a post from Vanity Fair. This is why I love my Facebook group. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at her black little, like basic. Look at her tiny. Like this has got to be the bottom.
Let me go clean my nose. I feel like I've got boogies. She's never been that small in her life because
never.
She said that she was. She's always been thick. She's always been big tittied Angela.
Yeah. Yeah, she absolutely has. I mean, people are. Yeah, I cannot believe that she shared something. Now I'm gonna like live to you. So you guys, if you know this or not, she has obviously the two daughters, right? And one is Skylar, who we've seen in the recent episodes, and then in the first season we got Scotty, and Scotty like went to jail because she molested like a teen son or something. Truly crazy. Not her son, teen boy. And so she like went to for years. And so literally I am looking at this TikTok of Angela feeling herself. Wow.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Look at go, Angie. Go, Angie.
Yeah, but I think this is crazy beautiful. This must be, oh my God, it's Scotty's TikTok. Scotty D. By the way, Scotty, we haven't seen her in a long time, looks just like skinny Angela.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find her on TikTok right now. You can talk.
Oh my! I told everyone the story. Are you guys having the moments that I'm having? Did you get skin removal yet? Absolutely not. She did not. Scotty went to jail for less time than yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're just like out and about. Like Scotty's back. I mean, yeah, Scotty's back. She must think that Scotty's innocent. There was probably she must have told herself some. I mean, I don't know. Scotty has kids and Angel's been taking care of Scotty's kids the whole time. Oh, it's just really, really dark, deep. That part of it. Family's crazy. I can't believe they're all on a reality show and we're just privy to discussing them in such a way. I mean, it's truly crazy. Oh my God, Shay. Jesus, though, can you believe that? Crazy. Yeah. Okay, my loves, we're gonna move on to while you're not doing anything about Angela, right?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Did we say whatever happened was bookend? We started. Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, because the second part of the bookend was them going to the doctor the next day and being like, "I don't like my titties, and you took too much of my titties," and you know, us being like, "Well, they do look small. They look, you know, they do look small, but like once you get small, they're gonna look big." And by the way, now that video I just showed you, they look big again, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see if they look big again. They don't necessarily look big, but they are.
Right. They look big.
Yeah,
they look manageable.
Yeah, but they're still like. I don't. Does she have a bra on in this? I don't think so.
Oh God, I'm staring. This is the detective in me staring.
I'm literally just staring at it. I'm literally.
No, I don't think she has a bra on. I can't tell though, because honey, she's wearing the craziest extensions that are mermaid down her, like I can't, but I keep thinking I see a little like adjuster thing right here, but that could be.
Yeah, I keep thinking I see that too. But anyways, whatever it is, it's still, there's not those thick ass strap bras that she was wearing before, and she seems really happy. Look, she can move, and she's got her hands moving around.
She like,
yeah, she's like, yeah, this is happening right now. All right, let's move on because you guys are like,
30 minutes. We've like talked about two people, Ronald and Tiffany. I mean, so Ronald, honey, is shining them boots, spit shining them boots, like look like new boots, like sure have a lot of shine for them boots. You're definitely not running out of shine, but here we are. Danielle calls him, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm having a French flip. And, it's my boy, and then they have the worst conversation where Daniel, you're just like, why? This is not for this. This is abuse. This is not for this kid.
Okay, I can't get into that like sort of cancel culture word. So I'm not going to say it's abuse. It's inappropriate for him to try to get Daniel to convince Tiffany that they need to come to South Africa. And Daniel is already in his own mind. He's like, oh, we're not though. So if you can't come here, then I don't know what you guys are going to do. But what I'm not going to do is move to South Africa. So there's that. Oh, no, don't even say that. Don't even say it, Dad. Don't even say it. Well, let's not talk about it. But then when he's like, well, your mother, like he tried to say something about the fact that Tiffany didn't want to pay for the trip or something, or she canceled the trip or something. And I was like, don't tell that boy that. You know why Tiffany canceled that trip?
For the furniture. So you could make that boy could have a bed. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just like so pissed. You're right.
No, go ahead.
No, that's just just so she could buy furniture. I'm just like agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm. Like don't try to make him his problem. That's like the worst parenting. That's how not to parent 101.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get the kid involved to sway the other person's opinion. When you've already had the conversation with that other adult, and Tiffany handled it well. She's like, we're not going to talk about that right now.
We're good.
We're not going to talk about it right now.
Yeah,
and then I think it's so absurd that, listen, I understand where Ronald is coming from, stating he doesn't want Tiffany to kind of take his daughter away. I get that. But I do find it interesting that he thinks he has a leg to stand on, or any kind of, besides tenuous. He has a tenuous or like a non-solid link to his daughter. Unfortunately, he can't do anything about the fact that Tiffany is living in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
There's no kind of extraditing. The girl wasn't born there. Carly wasn't born in South Africa. Ronald has no way of ensuring that there's no international court that's going to side in favor of Ronald, of that child living 6 months out of the year, especially not Daniel. Like, okay, Daniel, my boy. Okay, we see that you stepped up, but Daniel's not your child. He's not your child. So I can see you trying to fight for Carly, but you're not going to get Daniel. He already said he didn't want to go.
Yeah, Daniel made it clear. Daniel's like, no, I have family here. You're the one that doesn't have any family. We're your family, right? You keep saying like, we're your family. Cool. We're here. Guess what? I also have family here.
I got a whole grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a abuela. I have a abuela. I have a abuelo. Like I got an auntie. You know what I'm saying? There's a tia. There's my primos. Like there's an entire familia here. And you want me to move to South Africa just to be with you? Like I love you, Dad, pero no. I mean, you can give me all the sharks you want. However, you're not going to replace my lineage. Like you're not going to replace.
I want to live in this country. It's not just that. Also, I live in this country. I like. You know what? I'm used to this. Like, what did Daniel say? I'm like, you know what? I've grown accustomed here. I'm kind of used to it here, though. Thank you so much for that offer. Just like made it a thing here a little bit. Like, sniffed around here long enough. Just feel a little safe here. This is my jam. Thanks so much for that offer. Cool. Yeah. Then Carly comes on like with that weird haircut, honey. That Carly haircut's crazy. Just like, he's like, hi, Carly. And she's like, like that's all he gets of her. I feel bad for this, but like.
I feel bad for him, but like he needs to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the deal. He might have to save 5 years in order to be able to afford to be able to go to live in the US, but then you save for 5 years. But then his whole thing is, I'm not going to do this long distance thing. And it's like, you're not the only person who's suffering, especially because you're not financially giving anything to this. Tiffany has a whole ass husband who isn't helping her. Now, she made her choices. So she's just lying in that bed.
Absolutely. So like, especially knowing that he just recently relapsed.
Oh, he did?
I want everyone in this room who watched this last episode to just make sure that I'm not lying to Wa, because I heard this and I was like, wait, it felt like she said 8 months ago he relapsed. He and his friends went to the casino and he lost everything. Is that, she's not referencing what already happened, right? She said that it happened. She made it seem like it was a recent relapse.
Oh.
Known them.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. You don't, I'm sorry. Listen.
Did that happen? And if so, I need chatters to like now, validate that for me, because I was watering. He did. So in the last, whatever, like we've known is that it's already happened. Again. I wanted to make sure that I was right when I said that, because it seemed really intense. And when you were like immediately like, yeah, like that's already like 8 months ago, you lost all your money again. I'm not going to pay for you. Are you kidding me? Fuck you. I'm not going to get the furniture. I'm going to get a California king. I have kids here, honey. There's going to be storage beneath the bed. Are you insane? By the way, if you haven't yet liked this video, I just want to go ahead and encourage a little tickling of our algorithm, a little like thumbsing it up. It really helps me. It mildly helps Wa in this moment, but really helps me. Mostly my mental state, which is on the cusp of, we'll see. And so I would really appreciate, nobody really, I love you guys. I'm sorry that it's annoying to have to like videos and for people to have to say this, but it's because like we literally don't get paid. No one says anything. Like, we'll just like die with our comments somewhere in our beds together. We need to be able to share this on some sort of medium that grants us some sort of like visibility. Anyway, back to this discussion. It's every part of this is crazy. She did make her bed as she lied in it. And so like, even when she's in the future supposed to be having a conversation about having her dad vouch for him, it's like, get out now before you get out now. Like, unfortunately, like you've already messed up, but like you have this weird mess up where you could do less damage if you don't mess up again. But you've already messed up a billion times. You got married, you had a kid, but if you could just not ruin your dad's credit in life by not bringing him over, that'd be great too. You know what?
Yeah. I cannot believe that he relapsed. I mean, I can believe it, but I cannot. Yeah, I would have sent him the divorce papers.
Yeah, everyone is agreeing with me. Yes, she did. Yes, it was after she moved the kids there after Carly was born. Yep. Yes. I wanted to make sure before. Yeah.
So he was there and he relapsed. So
I think she was home. It was after she moved the kids there. No, wait, really, Marie? I thought that it was after I thought she found out when she was already living home. That's what I thought she said. Oh, but anyway, definitely in the past, definitely since we've known her, and definitely since whatever.
That is insane.
Oh, that's why she brought him back to the U.S. again. Oh. Okay,
yeah, I would have had to let him go. And it's not because I don't want the best for him, but I cannot financially bind myself with someone who is, I listen, in general, I think that it's not the best to be with somebody so early out of recovery, right? So like any kind of addiction, like I need you to have been like 2 solid years clean. And even then, that is like the bare minimum. I would love for you to be 5 years clean. And then have an in-depth conversation as to what your triggers are. Then to have an in-depth conversation about the fact that we are going to have kids. Because if you're going to be with me, we're having kids, right? So having kids adds another layer of pressure that can cause even more triggers. So we're going to have more conversations along the way. And Ronald doesn't seem like the kind of person who wants anything that he's ever done in his past to affect his present. He's like, don't talk about it anymore. I already apologized. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And that behavior, I can't do. So, I mean, listen, Tiffany made her, I don't feel sorry for her because it just feels like she continuously makes these dumb decisions. And I just want to know how good is the dick and how long ago did she have it? What is it? Is it this that she feels like she'll never find somebody like Ronald? And I'm like, girl, you're on the East Coast. You will. You will. There are plenty of like hardworking blue collar men on the East Coast that'll love you.
Yeah. Her dad's interesting looking.
He's handsome.
Mm-hmm.
He looks younger than her mom, and he's handsome. And well, listen, her mother's pretty too, and she's pretty. So like they came from a crop of pretty people.
Mm-hmm. Crop of pretty. I have nothing else really to say about them. Do you?
We can move on.
I just want to give a New Day a shout out because I just saw this. Yes, Kenneth and Armando have a people's spread. People are in Touch Weekly. It's one of those two magazines. So they got paid, honey, like a beautiful spread of their ceremony. You saw it, Wa?
Yeah, and they're wearing the same outfit. And listen, I'm here for Hannah's Instagram. Okay, Armando gave us Hannah's Instagram. Okay, where he dresses her in all of the fly attire. Hannah looks amazing. Her hair did, nails did, everything did. Okay, and I'm like, to have two gay parents, or have like she's just fantastic.
Yeah. Also, the New Day. I feel like I haven't seen your name before. Welcome. That killed me. Was that me, or is that something that happened? Did you do that well? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Oh, I love Hannah. What a sweet kid. Okay, so my loves, let's move on to Asuelu and Kalani. Okay, so the return of Low, honey. Like, Low comes just like, it's so funny because it's like, yeah, like Low comes like a character like mid-season. Oh, yeah, Low. Like he's been working who knows where. We don't ask Low questions. Low just shows up. No, you don't ask that man anything, especially if you have to cut that hair.
Nothing. That man goes to work, takes care of his family, doesn't talk very often, and puts it down. Okay? Listen, Lo can do whatever he wants to do. I just, it makes me, anyways, go ahead.
You want Lo?
I just want a man like that. Like, I look at my dad and I'm just like, why can't I find someone like you? Someone who's just like handy. Like, I want him to be a little bit more emotionally available, but like someone who's like handy and like, just like a blue collar, like, I'll take care of my family. Like, what do you need?
Yeah, you and Wah, huh? Yeah, daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, daddy. Okay, no. The rat tail thing. So yeah, like Lo comes in, he's like, yo, I wanna ask Lonnie, I wanna take her out to coffee. Where it's like, what?
Coffee.
Back in the days, they used to shoot guns. I'm like, that makes a little more sense. But so this is the craziest coffee day. I mean, in the beginning parts. I'm just gonna say what they ordered. Just drove me bananas. So they go to this cafe. Okay, these two people walk up to the lady. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Kalani goes, "What kind of coffee do you recommend?" Okay, blink. This woman has to be like, "The white mocha is very popular." Lowe's like, that's too fancy for me. I'll just get drip. And then Kalani goes, I'll get an orange juice. You're going to walk into a coffee shop. Your dad's going to order drip coffee, drip, fine. House just drip. The most basic, which is great. I'm not saying there's no questions though about it. Like there's nothing to be questioned about it. Like drip coffee. And you're going to order orange juice. You asked her what kind of, Wow. Yeah. How did you feel about that? As someone who's worked in customer.
I said to myself, she ordered orange juice because she was like, oh, great. That's what I'll drink. Whew, and I was just like, that orange juice, did it have pineapple in it? Girl, she was giving me a very Samoan vibe with that orange juice order. And then him just wanting drip is just like, he's like, no, I work with concrete all day. I'm just a white chocolate mocha. Nah. No, just give me a black coffee, please.
Drip is so weak once you get used to like espresso, though. Like I feel like I want that man to get like an espresso, like maybe.
Oh no, girl, don't put. don't put your espresso on him. Nobody wants that. Sarah, thank you so much for the super chat.
Oh, Sarah, a little extra you have to split. LOL. So excited to catch you ladies. Yay! Thank you. Well, I'm not giving you any of this money. Thank you, Sarah. No, I'm just kidding.
$5, bitch.
I buy things for Wah. No, Wah buys things for me. She also buys things for her best friend Cash, though, too. So God bless. $5. How did he give to Cash, her new best friend? It's fine.
Why does Kalani have a hiker's backpack? Like, I get that she's a mom of 2 small boys, but why did she just take her wallet and her keys? Like, I carry around a backpack for work because I have my laptop, but like, I don't go to I'm not going to go to Chris's house with my backpack. Like, I take out my wallet. And I'm just like, why do you have this Mama? Why do you have this backpack?
Yeah, no, I mean, we know.
Get a cute one. You don't have to have this hiker's backpack.
Yeah. So, Low's putting it down, and we haven't seen Low like really talk since the episode when we were expecting him to tell Asuelu's mom to back off, but then he didn't. Because one thing about Low that we have to understand is that Low's like aggressiveness or protection for his family, all of that's a lot, right? But the one thing that it feels like that trumps all of it is adherence to the tradition of Samoan culture. So I think that's why, honestly, I was waiting for him to like be like, no to Asuelu's mom and Tammy, like, stop asking me for money, but like he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He was like very chill in that situation. And so here he is like taking his daughter out, like after the mom again was like, they're still fighting and like all the stuff. And we're almost like, shit, what's he gonna say? Like, it's time for you to leave this person and don't buy the house just like your daughter, just like your sister keeps telling us, or whatever. But like, no, he's 100% like, you guys got married, and in Samoan culture, we don't get divorced. So,
and here's the deal: as much as I wanted him to be not say that, I am like, you did marry him when everyone told you not to.
Mm-hmm.
It's another bed, it's another like you made this choice. I told you not to get married. I told you that I would take care of you and Oliver. But what you also did is you had another kid with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have 2 boys. Who are probably not going to see their father, because here's my projection for Asuelu. As much as he loves his boys, the minute she breaks up with him and he finds another vagina to slide into, he might just ignore Kalani and all of her antics, and possibly the kids, especially if she's being difficult at all with, well, I don't want our son around this person. I don't like her morals. Like, it's not just going to end if they get a divorce and she's going to let him do what he wants and her do what no. So I understand why Lo would just be like, you're going to have to stick it through. Because it's not, we don't get divorced in our culture. And if you divorce from Asuelu, his response is probably not going to be, let me make sure I take care of my kids. Like, especially if you don't make it easy for that. And we know that he was raised with his father. Like, I think him and his siblings all don't have the same dad, or if they do, his parents live separately, which is probably what they do in Samoa, where they live separately. And I recall that his mother lived in a part of Samoa that was the American side, which is why her English is better, and which is why she can come back and forth to the States more readily. And so Asuelu grew up with his father. So like, on the non-American side of Samoa. So, and he didn't see his mother as often because she was working. So he's trying to grow closer to certain siblings because those siblings are the ones that the mother, took care of and had on the American side. So like, I don't see Asuelu like doing what he needs to do to appease Kalani when they're married, but when they're divorced, Asuelu might pack up and go back to Samoa and find himself a wife or whatever, and just be happy and not have any problems, not have to worry about finding friends, playing volleyball, playing golf. He can just go back and find the coconut and eat it off the tree. You know what I'm saying?
Him and the coconut, honey, and just like Stephanie and Harris.
Climbing up the tree.
Wow, yeah, such a big thing. Like maybe I would be turned on if I watched a man like barrel up a tree and get a coconut. I don't know. So we get this scene where Lo then takes Asuelu out golfing, honey. And I have been leaning heavily into the golf, honey. I hit balls yesterday at the range, working on my swing, I don't even know it was like cricket or whatever. Asuelu's horrible, really bad at golf. I mean, really bad. I mean, they're both not good, Like I love when he was like, "Yeah, Lo's been teaching me." I'm like, "Blind leading the blind, my love," because both of you like don't have it, But at the same time, I'm happy that they're having this man time, even though Willie was like basically just wants competition, which I get. Like, because the other thing about Lo I forget is Lo has a wife and 2 daughters. Oh yeah, and that son.
And a son. He has 3 kids.
Where's the son again?
I don't know. He's not he's not on the show. I can't remember what his name is, but he was in the very first season, and he called Asuelu Ace, and I was annoyed by that shit. His name is like Nicholas or something.
Yeah, I forget about him. They got to he has to come back. I mean, you're bringing the whole other family back, and I can't have too much Colini. Seen enough of her. But yeah, so basically, we have another Lo telling Asuelu he has to get his act together, and Asuelu's like, "I will communicate more," and he starts crying. "I just really appreciate you." I don't know what this accent is, and I'm so sorry. It's like
crying. I didn't watch it. I was outside watering the grass.
Oh, that's what happens. He's like, "Thank you for talking to me and communicating with me," and he's like cries, and then Lo's like, "It's okay. Can get back and just play this 18 holes," And that's basically what happened with them. We're moving on to anything else. Yeah. Yara and Jovi. Okay. Yara has that brand new baby and she loves that baby. And Jovi's mom, Gwen, wants a piece of that baby, comes over and brings her a present. It's like clothes. It's so interesting because I know that people that I'm afraid that people will buy me children's clothes when I have a child that I feel like are hideous. And I'm just going to have to
you ask for, what you do is you ask for either gift cards or you just put them aside and you take them back to wherever it is that you think that they purchased it. Most likely they purchased it at like Bye Bye Baby or Babies R Us or like whatever the baby store is. And then you just take it there and they'll just take it. Like me and Sawai had a whole system after her baby shower.
Oh yeah. Bye Bye Baby's a thing, which is so funny. Like, wasn't there like a baby stop? Babies R Us doesn't exist anymore, but these be Babies R Us.
Yeah, so there's another baby store. But yeah, and it's usually wherever you if they went off the beaten path and they decided to get something different than where the F you registered, these animals. I hate when they do that.
Yeah. So, but so she gets her a shirt and she's like, "Oh, it's Polo." I didn't think it was Polo, but she's like, "Why isn't it Gucci?" I'm like, "Well, it's obviously not Gucci. Have you met Gwen? I mean, my God, have you met Monty?" And so Gwen is going to, these people are not Gucci people. And so Gwen's going to take care of that babe while they go out to dinner. And they go out somewhere fancy. And, Yara is enjoying the food, honey. She's like into it. We're like seeing Yara like almost enjoy herself, and he's like, "You're like almost happy, it's crazy." And maybe I'll get lucky tonight. And then there's a conversation. She's like, "No, I'm still meeting my doctor. You can't get lucky tonight." Remember, I think that's supposed to be like the doctor said, like, you can't have sex until 6 weeks after I don't know, babies, I haven't had one, but like you can't have sex after you give vaginal birth to like probably some sort of like recovery period. I'm guessing it's 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Is it 6 months? No.
I didn't look into that because I'm not having sex post pre-baby. So like I can't imagine having sex post baby.
You guys tell me if you know anything about babies, but tell me about babies' work. But they also like talk about how but thankfully they had sex right before the baby was born. In fact, it wasn't great, but probably the reason why the baby was born. Because it's like that baby was like, "All right, I'm coming out. Knock, knock, knock." Jesus, at some point that baby's head's right there, and it's just like, oh God, it gives you a migraine. That poor baby. She was like, "Ugh, what's the racket out here? Shut up, you two assholes." I was sleeping, and I'm just gonna cry now for the next 2 years. So, was that sex worth it? And according to Jovi, no, no, it wasn't.
I love the fact that he keeps saying that she just needs to be a little bit more patient. And I'm like, for what? Are you going to change your career? And then secondly, I love the fact that she's like, Jovi, what you think? I'm stupid? I know. Jovi, I'm just saying, I have my feelings about it. I'm not stupid. And I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, so much, Yara. Like, yeah, she's not stupid. Like, girl, heard you? She knows. She's just saying it fucking sucks.
There's always like, I feel like I'm so sick of the like Jovi, like, guess what? I have bad news about my work. You know, like, I'm just like, I feel like we've seen it, just like, it feels like PTSD, like, you know, like having to have her be upset about him and work and having him like tiptoe around it and her like, Jovi, no, is that good, Jovi? You know, just like, it's just, I like her cadence, and so that part's fun, but like the same setup of like, oh, I didn't want to tell you this, but bubbly blue, you know, whatever. It's just Jovi, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of into it.
It's so new. It's such a new baby for him to just be off. And he wasn't there for most of her pregnancy because he got stuck in Guyana. So it's just like, I get it. I get her like frustration because she's like, I didn't come here to live with Gwen. And honestly, I didn't think about it. Like you told me what your job was, but I didn't really understand how it would affect me with you being gone, you know, like, and like, I don't know. I love Yara. I'm on her side 100%. I follow her on Instagram. She's one of the only cast members that I follow. And I love it when she like responds to the audience and she's like, what you guys think? You guys, that's so stupid. What you say that for? No, I have my own business. Like now she's very happy. The baby's like 18 months or whatever. Maybe she's younger. Mila, she's probably younger. But like, you know, Yara looks great, you know, whatever. Jovi's there sometimes and she's getting along and she has her dream job. She runs her own company, her own business, and it's doing well. But it's just so interesting, like this trumped up like storyline.
What is her business?
She has her clothing line.
Okay.
It's not a line, but it's an online store.
Okay. I have to look. Yeah, like, you know what it is about her? It's like she has a confidence about her that isn't bitchy. It's just,
yeah.
It's just is.
Yeah.
I want to be her. Do you understand?
She definitely, and she's not afraid to roll her eyes, and she's not afraid, like she loves Jovi, but she's also going to call him on his shit. And in the beginning, it felt like she didn't really like him, right?
Yeah.
The edit she got was that she didn't really like him.
Yeah.
But, like, she's just like, no, this is what it is. Like, I like him. Like, I fucking love him. Yeah. I'm pregnant. We didn't know, but all throughout the confessional, she's pregnant. But she's having to do it mainly on her own in a foreign country, and that is hard. And she's having like but she's also having that you know, hovering mother thing of like, this is my baby, I gotta take care of my baby, like this is all I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. The baby, Mila is the thing that tethers her to the States because Jovi isn't there enough to really do that. She's having to carve out a life with her and Mila. Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that she has an online store. She looks happy just like selling her like blazers you sit on people's shoulders and stuff. Is that what it is?
No, it's like I even forgot about that part. I haven't seen her with a blazer on her shoulder at all on Instagram. No, it's she will like, it's like jackets, like outerwear. It'll be like matching sets. Like just like, you know, little clothes. It's not a huge store. But it has like jackets. It has matching jogger sets. It'll have short sets, like a cute little top and bottom short set. I think it has some lounge wear, and it has like one like leather jacket that's doing really well that continuously sells out. So she actually sources the items and then puts in a huge purchase for it and then puts it in her store. I'm not sure if she packages everything, but I feel like she does. Like I feel like you order and she like puts it together and like ships it out to you. All a baby, you know.
Should we buy a matching set?
I always look on there to see if there's anything I like, but I don't like anything and I don't want to buy it just because.
Do you want to buy the leather jacket?
I did, but then I was like, I hate things that have like, it says I dare or something on it has an eye on the back of it. And like, those things that are super, super trendy like that, I just can't get into.
I dare what? Like dare to keep kids off of drugs?
I don't know what it is. Here, I'll find it. It is, here, I'll send it to you. It's cute stuff. How do I send this to you? I'm such an old person.
Sorry, I just realized I was yawning, but I didn't want to yawn, and then to not open my mouth, I made the craziest face. It would have been better if I just yawned.
Okay.
So, do you ever do that? Where you like try to hide a yawn? You're just like, Anyway, what?
I sent it to you.
Oh, great.
But I think she also has a professional photographer too. You know what? You know who sent me you know who sent me a Flowers Forever or whatever sent me an email too. So I'm getting a Flowers Forever thing too.
Rose Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking on Yara and she has it as well. So I think like anybody related to 90 Day Fiancé in any kind of measure, they're just like, hey, do our thing. I'm like, okay.
I cannot. If you sent me anything, didn't get it. Is what I've been staring at my phone. And realize I'm live. I can't keep staring at my phone waiting for this. What?
Instagram.
Oh, girl, I'm just sitting waiting for this text to come through. What are you doing?
If I'm on Instagram, I'm sending a thing. I'm gonna send it on Instagram.
Okay, Yara shop. Okay, so here we are, guys. We can talk about this. I mean, listen. Oh, is she showing like her pregnant? Oh no. Oh no, that's just that's not her. But I thought it's like a plus size model. For a moment, I was like, Yara, my God, honey, get that curve. Yeah, good for her. God,
It's real easy breezy.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. Yeah, she deserves this. Like she has good taste, she has good style, she deserves this. Like, and by that I mean like it's not for everyone, but I mean if I had to buy one dress, I'm sure I'd find one that I would wear. Yeah.
And she sources it all too, and she talks about it on her actual page. So when she gets something new and you look through her stories, she'll be like, guys, this is what I'm looking for. Very comfortable. Try it for you. This is size small. I like this because, it's very much like this, and then blah, blah, blah. And then you hear Mila in the back, and she's like, oh, baby. Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, okay, guys, this in store too on Sunday. If you want, very comfortable, you buy.
Oh, you buy.
Yeah, so it's cute because she's like, you can see that she's actually sourcing the items and trying them on and making decisions about like what stuff to put in her shop. It's not overbearing. It's not a bunch of stuff, but it's stuff that she likes and in her style.
Well, I mean, let's move on, but I'm happy for her. Do you have anything else to say about them or whatever?
No.
Okay. I mean, I think because I realize we have 2 more people to go. We haven't done anything. No, I didn't see that, but that did happen. She said she saw you in the news talking about Ellen, maybe Inside Edition. Nothing recently. Okay. I didn't write I really didn't write anything down for these people, but because I realized I just, Libby was on this episode with Andrei, and basically they go to an immigration lawyer, and she is like, a very intelligent woman who's like giving to them straight and basically like, no, it's very hard to get a green card. Like you and this marriage, you think it's like that baby, like that doesn't mean shit. Like get that baby checked. Get us like a good binder full of pictures and maybe like a little bit of like, sexual fluid. I mean, I don't know when she expects these people to like prove that they're a couple or whatever. But it was it was just basically this scene, and then like Andrei being like, and then her being like, well, Andrei, you should get a job. And he's like, well, I'm working with Libby's dad now, flipping in houses. I'm like, we'll see how that works. And then the rest of it was like, okay, Andrei, also like, is there anything that could possibly come up in your background that would make your green card have a problem? And he's like, no, I take care of it. And he's like, no. We didn't ask you if yes, and you've already taken care of it. No. Question was, is there anything? You don't have to worry about this now. So now I say no, there's nothing now. But this because I've expunged it from my life. Like no. Just because you think you've taken care of it isn't where I'm going with this. You're not as like big as the American government. They have like computers. How do I say this to you, Andrei? Like they're going to use computers, deep boops. Look up your name and records come up, and it's going to say whether you've messed up. And what I'm saying to you as a lawyer is, have you messed up?
And tell me.
Yeah.
He is so like, you can't tell Andrei that he is not the shit. Okay? You cannot tell Andrei anything about himself. He is better than you, your family, your dog. He is better than anything you've ever seen in your entire life. And the vibrato is so ridiculous. But one thing I want to say. He walks into the house after the time with Charlie and Charles and Chuck and Jen, Bobby and Becky. And for whatever reason, Libby's having a hard time with Ellie. Like, just can't multitask the two things. I don't know if she didn't put Ellie down for a nap, but she hasn't figured out this whole working at home and having a baby situation. It's hard, but she almost cut the little girl's fingers off because Ellie's reaching out trying to get a strawberry. And I'm just like, how is the baby tall enough to get to your counter? What's happening? Anyways, and so after she spilled the beans to her sister, I guess, drives to Tampa, which must be a ways away, to go yell at Andrei. And then she gets all hotty-totty about it. And she's like, because Andrei's like, yeah, your fucking sister came, excuse my French, about your dickhead douchebag brother. But then she calls me a dick and says I'm trying to take money out of her pants, out of her pocket. Libby, I swear it was crazy. And Libby's like, no, she didn't. Nobody talks about my husband. Nobody calls my husband a dick. That is, I'm going to call her and tell her she can't call my husband a dick. That's not appropriate. I don't care who you are. And I'm like, Libby, your family has been calling your husband an asshole and a dick for so long, and you've done nothing. And all of a sudden now you're trying to throw bones. And the reason why you're so upset is because you're the one who spilled the beans, and the reason why she hopped in her car and drove however far to usurp this whole thing. You're so proud of him that you like told Jen that Andrei was helping the dad. So this is all your fault. It's always Libby's fault.
Yeah.
It's always her fault. And so it's just so interesting when she's like, I can't believe the U.S. would deport my husband. And I was like, this is your America. This is your Florida-loving, Trump-supporting America. That's the reason why your husband is not going to be able to stay. And the lawyer said it correctly. It used to be, hey, you're an immigrant. How can I help you? Now it's, hey, you're an immigrant. What are you doing here?
Yeah, how can we not let you in? Like, please give us a reason for us not to be able to let you in. Can't wait. So, yeah. I also just wanted to say, and someone said this too, but like, what a mediocre Andrei impression you do, and what a pitch perfect Libby impression you do. Because you do a really, really great Andrei. And
oh, okay. Because I'm like, I think my Andrei's better than my Libby.
I know. That's.
Okay.
You don't do a pitch perfect Libby. I love you so much.
I know.
You really do a pitch perfect Andrei.
Thank you. Libby, that was the attitude behind it. But for Libby's is more like, I can't do it because every time I think of her, I think of those lips and I just don't, it throws me off.
You know, the lips are weird, but I have in my smile, like.
I'm not talking about you, Chris. That is
move on. About me. No, I'm an only child and this is my channel. So I'm pretty sure.
We're going to move on to the next couple.
You know what's so funny is that I said that we have other people left, but then I realized we started with Mike and Natalie. So, Brandon and Julia. That's the only people we have left. And, also very boring segment because just like I don't want to see Andrei act, I definitely don't want to see Julia act, not ever. But we're really supposed to believe that she finds Brandon and his chin absolutely just the envy of all, and that every woman's just pining for a piece of that. And so, honey, she goes to this meal with Brandon's friend and Brandon's friend's boyfriend, who doesn't talk the whole time. I mean, that person has like absolutely no personality. I mean, really, what a filler person if there ever was. I mean, that person's probably a hologram. I don't even know. So, and quickly, we get the clip we got, which was Julia bringing up. Well, okay, there's one part, his friend, the friend's like, have you met Brandon's parents? He's like, met them? I live with them. Whatever. So like, I'm held in the craziest, disgusting, most dirtiest bedroom. Please help me. And I'm like forced to like feed pigs. I mean, you know what my life is like? But it's like, yeah, she knows what your life is like because she's been to that farm, right? And so Julia's like, you've been to the farm? Like, and she gets pissed about that. Hardcore pissed. She's like, well, what did you do there? And this girl's like, just like raid the liquor cabinet. You just like watch a movie. Just like clog the hell out of that jacuzzi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am the reason why Betty gets mad. Like it was filled when I left with all of his jizz. So, just like basically stuff like Julia can't have it. Like, it's just basically like they boned all over that. They boned so much. That's why he has all the protein powder. It was to keep up with how much he boned that woman on the farm. Wah, thoughts?
So first of all, she says, Brandon definitely has a type. And that type, she goes on to describe herself. 1.
Yeah.
2,
which is skinny. She was like, I wrote it down. He has a type, very thin, brunette, bossy. And when she said that, the person that still has never said anything, the boyfriend, is just like this. That's why it was real, just that one look.
Julia asked the question. And when the girl answers the question, Julia gets mad and says, well, why don't you continue talking about you guys' past and me and your boyfriend, not husband, because I have husband, you have boyfriend. We're just going to go somewhere else because we also don't like beer as well. So you two like beer. You two like to talk about your past. And I'm like, Julia, you asked her. Yeah. And then I don't know if producers set her up, which I do know producers set her up. This friend who wasn't a part of their courtship found out about the wedding on social media. Like, Brandon has been out of high school now for at least 9 years, right? Is like now wanting to check up on Brandon to make sure that it was the right choice and that Julia wasn't just using him. And I'm just like, okay, that was rude. And then Brandon doesn't say anything. He doesn't stick up for Julia at all. And Julia goes, well, if I was using him for his green card, would I be honest? And then Brandon's like, ha ha, that's funny. She told a joke. No, she told a joke. Ha ha ha, that's funny. Yeah, she wouldn't, to be honest. And then Julia just has to like get up and leave because she doesn't want to have to sit there and defend herself over this woman who she's never heard of or met anything. All of a sudden questioning whether or not she was using Brandon, and is like, well, me and my boyfriend have been together for 4 or 5 years and we're not. I'm just learning new things about him all the time. And I was just like, well, you also don't live thousands of miles away from each other. You also don't have to fly X, Y, and Z to meet this person. And so, you know, Brandon is taking a chance on love or whatever. And for you to like, and I hate that whole narrative of you're using him for the green card. That narrative is annoying to me. So when Julia leaves, Brandon doesn't even say goodbye to his friends. Also, was Brandon wearing Jordans? Somebody drop it down below if you noticed he might have been wearing Jordans. And he's like, why are you being so rude or so something? And she's like, I not be. You go back in there and you talk to her. I go home.
I go to Russia. You know, yeah. It was so weird. It was an awkward situation, and mostly you just like, I don't know who that girl is, the friend, but like she obviously has not watched 90 Day Fiancé because that's the kind of conversation you have when it's a regular 90 Day Fiancé. But honey, we're already at happily ever after.
Yeah. This isn't a 90 day conversation. This is
not before the 90 days, which is you can do that too before the 90 days or regular 90 day, but no, not in happily ever after. Also, she was like, basically like, I haven't seen Brandon in years. Like you said, like, I just know him from social media. So like, you weren't the person to ask that question. But however, but Julia was being really, really mean to her. So I think she was just being mean back. And then that boyfriend was just like, also, how come Ukrainian people or how come Eastern people don't like beer as much? Like Natalie and Julia really have no beer thing. I don't like beer either.
Yeah.
It's gross. Well, here we are. Can you believe it? We're going to, if you guys want to interact with us, we're done with it, having talked about this episode. We're going to have to leave you guys soon, but I want to give some moments to see if there's anything you guys think that we missed or anything in the 90 Day universe that, or whatever, like, you know, that you want us to like comment on. What, do you want to say something? It feels like you do.
Yeah, I have to go get my dog.
Okay, go get that dog.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if she meant like she's going to leave, but she's leaving, but she's not like actually leaving, you know? So I didn't know if that was, but that's what's happening. So yeah, guys, we'll see what happens next week. Obviously, I saw the previews and we'll see how scripted this feels. And then in relationship and reaction to how much I can enjoy and watch it, you know? But I caught up on my Extreme Sisters. Oh no, I fell asleep. Oh no, I still have more episode to watch. But is anyone watching Mayor of Easttown? That's what it is. Mar of Easttown is what I wanted to tell you. It's on HBO. It's not at all about anything we've talked about, nor like 90 Day Fiancé, but I'm sure you've heard of it or not. I don't know why I've said that. It's Kate Winslet's show. It's like a mini series. It's on HBO. It's fabulous. It's crazy. It's a drama. Definitely would say it's a drama. And very well done, very well executed. And there's a murder mystery element. So there's an intrigue and a bingeable kind of like, oh shit, what's going to happen next, which is always great. I really want, if anyone in Vanity Fair can post it or watch it, I really would love to talk about it in a live because it's really great. There's like theories we can talk about and characters. I've also watched Hacks, which is also really good on both are HBO shows that I've recently watched. Look at this fluff ball, not Wah, but I'm just kidding. Wah, give us Charlie. Serve us some Charlie. Hi. Hi. Hi, little lickies. Hi, little, you just want licks, licks, licks. Ah, hi, little licky. Oh my God. Look at that baby, Wah. Look at that little baby. Ah.
Shower, just a little dirty baby.
Okay, are you gonna go shower? And you have like some sort of like, oh, look, she's looking up at you just with so much love. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna get that kiss. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get a kiss. I'm gonna get a kiss.
Yeah, she is. I don't know where she came from. She wasn't in her normal spot. And I opened the door and I was like, Charlie. And she came from wherever. And I'm just like, what have you been into? What are you eating?
You're such a puppy. Look at that puppy. She's a little tired. She's tired, but also wants to play. She's like, I'm really tired. I really want to put up a fight, but I also, you're just so nice. Okay, so thanks for the recommendation. You guys, are you doing Amazon reviews? I really want to do Amazon reviews. How did you know this? Oh, we talked about it. That's why. Have you seen Sebastian opening up stuff his wife orders from Amazon? Have you seen Sebastian?
Who's Sebastian?
Yeah, who's Sebastian? No, but is that no, I want to open up, I want to do that. Yes, I want to do it. I'll just do it. I want to do it. I got to make all this purchases like worth something. I went to Vanity Fair, but have not been accepted. Was that recently? Sorry, Patricia. I don't remember seeing that, but I will check. I have moderators too. It's hard to like sometimes see in the app. Oh, one member request. Is that you? Oh yeah, it's you. Great. Done. That's real live, honey. That's real live. So, all right, look at this baby. Nothing else to say about this. But yeah, those are my two Extreme Sisters, a little scripted too. I wish it was better than it was. It's not the best. And so I will say that's why I don't have a good like trashy TV recommendation for you. But Hacks is a hilarious comedy scripted, and Mayor of Easttown is an amazing drama scripted, both HBO Max. So that's what I would say.
Mayor of Easttown is it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it. It's great. It's great. These were all Morgan's Recs. All right, my baby boos. That's how it is. I so appreciate you spending your Sunday nights here with us. And I hope, as lovingly as Charlie's looking at Juan, that's how I look at you guys in your comments. Look at me. Look at me right now. Anyway, I really obviously love when Wah joins us. And Wah, can you tell the peeps where to find you and your socials?
You can find me and just call me Wah everywhere. You can also find Chris and I every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, talking about gossip and things that have happened throughout the week on my channel and our series called Say What with Wah and Chris. This week, we haven't garnered all of our topics, but some of them have been Look at her. She's just like
living her life.
Yeah. Have been rather interesting. So we'll see you guys on Thursday if you're interested in that.
Yeah, pop culture. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. The L is for Lebanese. And of course, as I've already said, I have a private Facebook group, which I will accept you if you're a normal person, which is Vanity Farah. And yeah, that's it. We love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending time with us. While do your outie, outs.
Kiss, kiss. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.
I want to change mine, truly, but I'm going to think about mine. Okay, so mine is take care of yourself and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. I just feel like I don't want to be too like telling people what to do, I guess. I'm gonna like rethink my outro, but I need help. It's almost like a better Real Housewives tagline because it's like authentic in an outro. But like, so if you feel like you have been around my channel to like ascertain some sort of definition of my spirit. Can you tell me what you think my outro should be? Just do the work for me is what I would appreciate. Just tell me in some sort of Vanity Fair post or whatever. Go to any. You can leave this on this video, my loves, or on this comment. Do a little work for me, and I will continue doing work for you. It's a symbiotic relationship, just like Wah petting Charlie and Charlie yawning. Happy Sunday night. I love you guys. Have a great week. And like I already said, whatever my outro is, okay, bye. Love you.